AskReddit by AskReddit. What is something society views as not weird but is actually weird? Being able to be contacted 24 hours a day. Only in the last couple years has it really dawned on me how much I despise this and how exhausting and mentally taxing it can be. Working a decent paying job and still not being able to buy a house after 10 years. Wages are not competitive with the current rate of inflation or the housing market. Working 40 or more hours a week. Lying elected politicians. I like how we as a general population have just accepted that politicians lie, but so many people use it as a look. The other side lies instead of a reflection of our government system. Taking pictures, videos of strangers and posting them without consent. As someone who dabbles in photography, anytime I am shooting and someone I don't know is prominent in whatever shot I am trying to get, I do my best to take another one so I don't have to use it. Or simply ask the person if they are okay with me using the one I'm. Investing your whole life in your job. For something so unhealthy, it sure is celebrated and pushed on people a lot. I know people criticize boomers for this idea, but I clearly remember the counterculture evolution of the 60s when people rejected that idea. People were dropping out of high-pressure jobs to enjoy life. Those were the hippies who were pushed out by the yuppies of the 80s, young upwardly mobile professional people. I never devoted my life to serving the man, as we called it. Viral family influencers who basically exploit their kids for clicks. Deleted. Dancing drug commercials as they go over the deadly side effects. Pharmaceutical adverts are just such a strange phenomenon, too. Fortunately rare in most of the world. Very publicly basing your entire personality on a politician. Happens to those who have no personality. Baby or child beauty pageants. The fuck? Lol. Whenever people would tell us to put our daughters in modeling, we would just laugh, but people seriously do it. I get why you do it, because you see dollar signs and a stable path for your kid to do something lucrative, but fuck that. My younger sister was in dance pageants for years, and just seeing what that did to her physically and mentally, as well as how a lot of her friends turned out, I never want that for my kids. Plus the parents of those kids have a tendency to be insane and or fool to be around, so no thanks. Influencers are weird to me. Maybe because I'm older, 43, I'm not sure. But the idea of putting your entire life online for people to see makes me uncomfortable. I've seen outtakes that some of these influencers put their kids through and it's sick. And I know I'm not the only one that can tell most of them are fake and acting. Bizarre. I think you need to be rich to be an influencer to begin with. Hating the poor. If you're unlucky enough to be born into poverty, like I am, pretty much every society treats you like you deserve to be in that position. Or that there's a root cause of poverty, lack of financial literacy, poverty culture, instead of just not having money, and the root cause needs to be addressed over the lack of money. Posting mundane everyday activities on social media, eating, playing with your children, etc. I can kind of understand big events, but that's still a little weird also. It's very weird. Deeming fathers as creepy for being a father in public, especially a single father to a toddler or child. Not all men are pedophiles. Women can be pedophiles to who. One time I took my son to a different city and he and I got split up and I had to get to him. He was 16 at the time and I was in my 40s. The sour cab driver saw us waving to each other, and when I told him to pull over, he said, disgustedly, "There's your boyfriend." Sharing everything you do on social media. Cooked some food. Picture of the plate goes on Facebook. Attended a church service. Obligatory selfie that goes to Instagram. The list is endless. Driving in metal death traps going up to 60 miles per hour when other death traps are going 60 miles per hour the opposite direction, 6 inches away from you. Were there any alternatives, I'd probably stop driving cars. Talking on speakerphone in public. Society does not endorse this behavior, a few select psychopaths does however. Pretending that plastic was ever disposable. Spending upward of several months' gross income often using credit to hold a simple marriage ceremony. We have an entire food group based on cow's breast milk. Even weirder, food groups being a thing created by the government to promote agriculture, definitions of foods also being designated by the government and not scientifically, that is, pizza is a vegetable. Giving dead people a makeover. You need that for a public viewing. That's the weird part. As an autistic person, every fucking thing. Why do they keep staring at my eyes? Spending a large portion of our waking hours indoors, staring at screens. We evolved to be outside, interacting with the natural world. Now, many of us spend most of our time consuming information and entertainment from screens. I'm utterly addicted and I hate it. It's only gotten worse this year. Influencers. Making your religion and or political views your entire identity. Reacting to people in underwear as they were naked but having no issue being on the beach pool with almost the same wearing and being totally okay. It's not about what the amount of skin you're able to see. It's about the setting of it. At the beach, you know people will see you and you will see people in what is basically underwear. But if someone walks in on you changing or something, and you're in your underwear, you didn't intend for that person to see you, and the situation is a private one.